Yo, what's up, guys? It's Albert, aka Cryptovert. I know it's been a little while. Been super swamped with life and working on projects. Just got finished with working on the Cheech and Chong NFT drop, and that went really well. Did all the education on that. So anyway, I wanted to create a new video and update you guys, my subscribers. I see the subscribers are at over 2,000 now, so I want to thank everyone who subscribed. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a video to update people and let people know about a project that I was talking about a little while back, and also to give you a little bit of alpha on some of the projects I'm looking at. And so, without further ado, I want to talk about Afrodroids. So Afrodroids was a project by a Nigerian artist named Owo, and this is a very, very special project. It sold out super quick. The artist, Owo, is an incredible artist from Nigeria, in Nigeria. I think one of the biggest artists NFT drops that come out of Nigeria. But the project was really cool. He's been following the roadmap. Now, the community that came up out of the Afrodroids was quite a new community. He onboarded a lot of people. And so if you've been in the NFT game for a little while, you understand the markets go up and down, and there's like an obsession with floor price. And so the Afrodroids sold out, and then kind of the price didn't go up for flippers, right? But most of us in the community were there for the long term because we believe in Owo over the long term. Also, what he did with that charity, the Dreamcatchers Academy, funding the schools for girls in Africa, that was like so worth buying Afrodroids. Like, they coded that into the smart contract. And so anyway, long story short, he's coming out with another part of the roadmap, which is each Afrodroid gets a drone, and these drones are super dope. So I'm on the Twitter right here. You can just get a little preview. You have to have an Afrodroid in order to get one of these drones. Like, Owo just really, really did it up. He leveled up the art. We got a chance, me and JT Pips, Precision Pips, he's going to be on a call with us. So I'm going to actually put this video call that we did together in this video, so you can kind of see Owo talking about it, me, Pips, and Owo all just chopping it up about this project in particular. I'm also going to walk you through how to claim your Afrodroid drones if you have Afrodroid NFTs. There's a few cool things about this drop. It's a 1-for-1. So for every single Afrodroid you hold, you get a drone. It's free to claim plus gas, right? Now, when you hear that, you're like, oh shit, I got to pay for gas. Well, Owo, being the overachiever that he is and doing everything at a high level and with excellence, he postponed the drop of the drones in order to implement some gas saving features. And I can tell you right now that when I went to go mint 10 of these drones, it was like $80. And so I was just like, wow, like, this is great. I had more that I was going to mint. And so long story short, it came out very, very cheap. So they implemented ERC 721A, which is really, really amazing for low gas. The first project that I saw use it was the Cheech and Chong project, which was incredible. Like, when we were minting during the pre-sale, it was like crazy. So anyway, long story short, the art is amazing. Owo is an amazing artist. I want you to get to know him, to see why we've been following this project since day one, and why we, believe in Owo and what he's doing, and walk you through this whole thing. So yeah, first of all, the website to claim these is going to be afrodroidsdrone.io. And so if you go to that website, I'm going to go ahead and do this, right? You're going to connect your MetaMask. It says I have 10 claims left. Let's go ahead and mint 10. Boom. Up pops this. It's going to cost that much. Gas is high right now, so I'm going to go ahead and reject it. But when gas lowers again, I would go ahead and click confirm. I'm not going to, for 10, I'm not going to do that. So something's going on in the network. I can check the gas prices, but gas is probably high right now, so I'm not going to mess with it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this video call that we did with Owo here, and then I'll catch up with you guys after the recording. We've got Owo, the creator of Afrodroids, here.
Afrodroids in the house.
And he's been gracious enough to give us some time to talk to him about the update to the project. He's released the Afrodroid drones, and they look freaking incredible. So I just wanted to talk to Owo about the project, what's the update, and just go over some of the key features of the new drone um, drop.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. What's up, everybody? Yeah, it's been incredible, it's been incredible. It's been an incredible journey. The beginning of the year, we kind of updated our roadmap. We still have a couple of updates coming to the Afrodroids roadmap, but we did a couple of updates to kind of meet the needs of the community. So what we did is we decided to start out the year with the drones, and the drones are the companions of the Afrodroid. So the simplest way I can put it is, the same way we are with our technology, we are with our phones. That's the same way the Afrodroids are with their drones. They help them navigate this new world they found themselves in. They help them, scan, store information. So things like, they're having conversations about what type of food did people used to eat in 2019. The drone quickly pulls up an information and displays it, and like, these are information I gathered from the previous civilization on what they used to consume in 2019. So that's kind of like the rationale behind the drones, and there are definitely some utility aspect to it, like inclusion in the metaverse. I'm trying not to give so much, put so much information out there, but in terms of functionality in the metaverse, imagine being in the metaverse and like crypto voxels and walking around with your companion drone, things like that, metaverse events, functionality like, it being a multiplier for what we have coming with, the utility token. So the drone is definitely a multiplier. So the way we wanted to play it is, if you're an Afrodroid and you're earning a certain amount of token, you can definitely multiply that token by the number of drones you have. So it's definitely interesting. Lots of interesting things. I hope I didn't really go along with that, but yeah, that's where we are right now.
So I also want to give you props, man, because it's been, how the NFT market goes. The prices go up, the prices go down. A lot of people focus on floor prices, and the Afrodroids themselves has gone down on a floor price. But I really chalk that up to like just an immature community, right? And I'm not calling the community of Afrodroid holders immature. I'm saying that they haven't been in this game for a very long time. You brought a lot of new people into the space, and so they don't know the ups and downs of the markets. And so you could have really just skated by with this release and just put something out there that satisfied the requirement, saying, "Yo, I'm going to give you this drop." Like a lot of projects have done this, right? But you went and did the work and made these even better, right? You took it up a notch, and you still full on released it. You did it on Ethereum. You didn't do it on Polygon like a lot of these other projects do. You wanted to retain like, dude, I'm impressed. Even the gas optimizations, I just minted. I went to mint 10 and it was like $80. I minted 20 for like less than $200, which is insane. So yeah, man, I want to give you props for that. And if you could give us any insights into like what your thought process was on that.
Yeah, for sure. Personally as an artist, I believe, whatever is worth doing well. I don't just believe in, putting things out there. I mean, we live in a world where there are so many artworks out there. There are so many content out there. You have to cut through the noise. And I believe I'm a top tier artist, and, I can't just wake up and throw things out there, I'm not permitted to do that. Maybe early on in my career, I could have done things like that. I've even had people approach me and say, "Oh, you should, the drones, you should, just do something, give it to them and move on, because it's not your fault, It happened the way it did because, probably some of the community members don't understand how they don't understand the fact that they control the market, right? So I could have easily said, okay, I'll do it, put it on Matic, drop it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not just the way I play this game. For me, it's more of a legacy kind of situation for me because, with Afrodroids, we achieve a certain status, but we're still here, making art every day and, sharing content every day to show people that it was never about, materials. For me was more of me telling my own story and, pushing the narrative, putting things out there. So we really wanted to push the envelope in terms of what the drone could be. And, every detail, every scratch, like we really went all out, we modeled everything. Like we went all out, textured everything, tried as much as possible to make sure every detail was accounted for. And quality, high level quality control, bright colors. You look at the drones, the colors are popping. Definitely took a lot of lessons from Afrodroid, in terms of improving, what a PFP project could look like. Even a drone project shouldn't be considered a PFP project, but I've seen a lot of people put it on their profile and it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. So for me and for the team, it was really important that, we didn't just push it out there because of the respect I have for the community members, at least the core ones who really understand what we're doing and, the work they've done with the charity that we partnered with and how far the charity have come. When I remember the charity, it gives me the strength to go on. There are days that, just be like, what am I doing here, man? Like, I could just be another artist out there who doesn't really, I don't see a lot of artists who speak in PFP. I don't even see, not even a lot. I don't see any artist who takes a PFP project and puts it on their head. I've definitely done that, taking it upon myself to make sure the project succeeds, but with the drones, we're really, really optimistic that, we are even going to, really push forward from what we've done with the drones, really push forward with the super droids, with what they are coming, the bond utility where you can bond 3 Afrodroids and get 1 super droid. But yeah, we're really keen. We're really keen, honestly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, well, I heard you say something. I heard you mention the word legacy, and that's a very powerful word for me. Because as I tell Albert and everybody that I speak to often, legacy is really what your existence on this earth is all about. And for me, I know with me, my purpose on this earth is to, create a legacy that will stand the test of time. So when you speak of legacy, what is legacy to you and what does that mean to you?
For me personally, standing the test of time, perfect example would be work that transcends era. I use the dragonfly as a perfect engineering. So look at the design of the dragonfly. Like dragonflies are one of the insects that have not adapted a lot because the design was kind of flawless in terms of how they're designed. So all through the edges, they've kind of stayed the same in terms of, it was a perfect, permit me to use the word perfect design because there was nothing to add to it. There was nothing to take away from it because, the concept of evolution was, okay, you exist in an environment where, it's not favorable to you in a certain way, then you have to find ways to live in that environment, which is a whole concept of adaptation. So for me, the concept of legacy is, creating something that is timeless, right? So something that you can look at next 10, 20 years and the quality still holds up. You're not just putting shabby work out there just because of putting sec. I've in this NFT space, like ever since we sold out Afrodroids, I've been approached by so many people with wrong intentions. You'd be surprised, how many of the people I went to high school with who are now artists, people who have law degrees. That there's nothing wrong with that if that was a passion. But in terms of how, some of them come into the space with the wrong intentions to, I come in and make money, I go up. Someone even showed me a picture of Dobby from Harry Potter, the guy with the long ears that was a slave to Harry Potter. So he showed me a picture of Dobby and said, he was just changing the colors of it and said that's a PFP project he wants to do. And I'm like, do you know that's someone's IP? Like, you can't just take that and put it on the blockchain and call it yours because you changed the color of the skin to purple. It doesn't work that way. So for me, it's more of, inspiring more people of my descent, African people, Black people, to understand that, this space is not just for a particular group of people. I'm not there yet, but I try as much as possible to show them this is how it should be done. And being a first mover sometimes is very difficult because you have to take lots of blows. You have to take you have to make lots of mistakes so the people coming after you can learn. So for me, it's more of inspiring the next generation, just the same way, people like Picasso, people like Monet, people like Ben and Owo, who was a great painter here in Nigeria, inspired me to, be an artist myself, and also a great scientist, that I follow. So for me, that is kind of what it is, and, impacting the world as much as possible, because there's no need, amassing wealth. Nobody takes this thing anywhere. When once you're dead, it's gone. You don't take it anywhere. As long, whether you have 100 Lamborghini, nobody cares when you're dead, man. You still get attacked by the same maggots that eats the poor person, eats you as a rich man. So except you're being cremated, I don't know. But the core of the matter is, for me, is more of, lending and helping hand to people, and, elevating the story of people need to understand the fact that, you need to be human to the next person. There are so many inhumanity going on, and that's the end game. That was the message I wanted to pass with Afrodroid. Bring awareness to the fact that humanity is making a mistake by poisoning the ocean. Humanity is making a mistake by, depleting the ozone layer. And if we continue this way, this is the end. But I also provided a solution to the end by saying we can also take our consciousness and put it inside a higher being, that can continue after we're gone. So that's in a nutshell. Well, not in a nutshell, I kind of ramble, but that's kind of it for me. That's it for me.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful, bro. I've been impressed, dude, from day one to now. Like the intentionality, the integrity behind what you're doing when there's a lot of temptations to do the wrong thing, or to not necessarily do the wrong thing, but take the easy way out, or kind of under deliver and take the easy path. And you haven't done that at all. And so this is an opportunity. I just wanted to put your face and our faces. We've been supporters since day one. We loved what you're doing. We love what you did with the charity. Like, that was like the best part for me was watching those girls, bro. Like watching what happened with the girls for the charity, the school for girls. Dude, that was like,
that was insane, because I didn't even know they got evicted. Like, they got evicted multiple times that they didn't even have, until they found a new plot of land that they are building their school with. It never occurred to me. And, there's a day I got to hear, she was like, oh, they released the kids, to the kids can leave the school when they turn 18. And, I was like, okay, are they just going to leave that way? And she was like, we'll find a way to provide college funds for them. That's the coordinator. And, I just broke down in tears, because the money we gave them, a lot of people might see it as a lot, but man, taking care of kids is not an easy thing. And, providing a college fund for a lot of them, it's not easy. And for me, it comes from a place of, almost being in that situation, understanding. I know it does too for a lot of people, because there's a lot of really dark things that happen in this world. And, I've seen so many people rally around, support them. They're almost close to, finishing the school. And for me, that's kind of like the best experience ever, honestly, the best experience ever.
It's beautiful. The name of, could you go into the full name of the charity, so people who will watch this later?
It's Dreamcatchers Academy for Girls. You can just go on Instagram and check them out. Dreamcatchers Academy for Girls. You just type them, you see they do lots of dance videos. They are very happy kids, and they're very very active and all. So definitely check them out. And anyhow you can support. They have a GoFundMe page, so nothing is too small. You know, you can just I don't know, you can just support.
That charity and the videos she was putting out put me onto Aver Star, which she's a Nigerian artist, correct?
Yeah,
That
she's
Bloody
really hot right
Samaritan
now.
song, yeah,
Yeah,
that Bloody
man,
Samaritan song, I got
that's a
me
jam.
hooked, bro. Um,
Yeah, that's a jam,
I
man.
love her music. I just saw a new song from her. It's really good music.
Yeah,
You know,
she dropped a project. She's pretty young. She dropped a project, and you know it's been one of the biggest projects. And you know she signed under Don Jazzy, you know, and Jazzy has an Afrodroid. Did you know that?
no, I didn't.
Yeah, she's signed to Jazzy's record label, Mevin's record. Same
Okay.
with Rema. So Jazzy owns their record label, and you know he happens to own an Afrodroid as well. So that's exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you've got
exciting.
some pretty cool collectors. You've got some pretty no names.
Yeah.
What I wanted to get into though, also real quick, is you could have sold these the extra drones, and I'm seeing or I was reading that you're gonna burn the ones that are not minted.
Yeah. It mostly has to do with the supply. You know, we're trying as much as possible to increase demand, and you know, if you reduce the supply, demand goes up. So we're doing that for the Afrodroids. I mean, it doesn't make sense for us to have 12,000 drones and 12,000 Afrodroids. It doesn't just, you know, from a marketing standpoint, it's not the most suitable thing to have. So we're trying as much as possible to see, okay, we get a lot of people to claim it because we don't want it to be like we didn't want people to own it. So we're making the noise now. You know, we have that 2-week interval for, you know, I don't know when this would go out, but we have that 2-week interval for people to kind of claim it. But we are trying as much as possible to not to have up to 12,000 because it's a lot of token, man. It's a lot of token.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to bond the Afrodroid. So if we can reduce the supply of the Afrodroids from 12,000 that it is to, if we're lucky, 6,000, I mean, you know, then we'll see the core people that are, because if you go look at the buy now, the people that are listed is about, it's not even up to 3,000, right? Which means if you take away that 3,000, it does a lot of things for the project, you know, in terms of the floor, does a lot of things for the project in terms of, you know, where the project is headed, because investors will want to be part of it, right? They want to invest in it because it's now exclusive. It's not for everybody, right? And you know, the demand for it also goes up. So that's kind of like the rationale behind it. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out. But yeah, fingers crossed.
It's definitely gonna work out. One thing I just wanted to shout you out on is, you know, like Albert said, we've been following you from the beginning. We've been supporting from the beginning, and I've been watching the Discord community closely. I've been watching your social medias closely, and one thing I can say about you throughout the whole process of this project is you genuinely remain positive throughout the whole process. I haven't seen you make not one negative comment towards your community members. On your social media pages, you've been just uplifting, empowering, and positive the whole time. And for me, that speaks volumes. And so that's one thing that makes me truly believe in this project over the long term and truly believe in you as an artist over your lifespan. So man, salute, bro. I respect that.
Thank you, man. I mean, it's very difficult to stay positive in a
Absolutely.
space that, you know, sometimes it gets very toxic, you know, it gets very toxic, and people just make decisions that, you know, you ask yourself, what's the thinking behind this, you know? People just get a token for an amount, then drop it for a specific price. I don't get it. I try as much as possible to understand, but then my job is not to understand. My job is to, you know, cater to the people that genuinely care about the project, you know. If you're just focusing, I mean, the project has a lot of positive impact because if, you know, we're talking about the floor price, the way I categorize it is I have lots of collectors, you know. There are collectors who came for the project to support the charity. There are collectors who came to to flip the projects. There's nothing wrong with that. I love it. There are collectors who came because they love the artwork. There are collectors who came because of the community. It's you try to satisfy all these different groups, but sometimes you do a terrible job at satisfying one over the other. So, but I think my project to a large extent didn't do what some of the collectors, probably the collectors that came to really flip, they didn't do what they wanted it to do for them. So, which I apologize, it's not my fault. It's the way the market is. But it has also done some things for other collectors, who are interested in the arts, the people who are committed to the arts, and seeing a better, more robust drone. That's why we even worked so hard on the minting fees for the drones. Where we originally worked with an ERC721 token that was supposed to go out on the 27th of January, but we had to shift it because the community where they were talking about gas fees, like how outrageous it's going to be like to mint. I mean, I went minted 10, and he said you paid about $80 for it. Imagine if you were minting at say $100 for each gas fee. You end up paying an outrageous amount, just to claim each of those tokens. I don't think anybody should go through that process. So we have to go back to the drawing table, optimize the contract for bulk minting. And it's even crazy. The more you mint, the lesser the gas fees are. It's just crazy. Q, I was having a conversation with Q like before, because I told him, "Oh, are you minting your drones?" He was like, "Yeah, he wants to mint it, but gas, he has about 40. So gas is going to be kind of a hassle for him to mint 40 drones. It's going to be insane." I was like, Q, don't worry. We are implementing ERC721A. And he was like, okay. Until I mint it, then I'll believe it. Then we were on the Twitter space. He was screaming. He was like, yo, I want to go back and buy droids. Like, I want to go back and buy Afrodroids because of how smooth it was. I think he paid $6 for each, for 40 drones. Wow. Like, it was insane.
Dude,
like,
that's
it was insane.
That's impressive, dude.
$6. Like, I've not seen gas fees this low since 2017. I haven't,
So the only project that I've seen recently that did it was one I worked on. I was working on the Cheech and Chong project, and they implemented 721A, and the minting was dirt cheap. And I was like, oh shit. And I looked into the ER721A, and I'm glad you brought that up. That a lot of people who are new to the space or have already, spent a lot on gas, they don't know what that is. And so if a project's implementing it, they're implementing the newest standard that's going to save them on gas. And that's like I was telling Owo before we were having this conversation, that's the mark of the details, right? That separates the novice team from the expert team. That little detail, you went through the extra effort to do that for your community to save the money when you didn't really have to, postpone the whole date, all that stuff. So that was really cool. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people who appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, when we did that, I know a lot of people were disappointed, but sometimes, you as a leader, you just have to, believe that, you understand that you see the bigger picture. At the end of the day, it's going to be the best thing to do, the best decision. So, yeah, I'm glad we stuck with it. I'm glad we stuck with it.
So I have a question though for anybody buying Afrodroids, because I've already told a few people about, you need an Afrodroid to get an Afro drone, and you might want to go get some. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Is there any way for people to see if somebody's already claimed their drone and put it on the market? I don't think we're going to see that the first day, but maybe some people will do that.
Subsequently, I think it's something that we even brought up this morning. When I was talking with the devs, because they were killing themselves on the year. They've not done it before, and they were trying as much as possible to make sure they don't do a shabby job in terms of the quality. So they were really really deep into the work, for the ERC721A, and without even realizing the fact that people want to know if it's already been claimed or not. So It's a conversation we had this morning, and hopefully it's something we can implement on the website. But right now, I think it's something each of the holders have to do manually. But our contract is a self-updating one. So even if you get an Afrodroid after before the mint or after the mint or during the mint, you can still use that Afrodroid to claim your drone. So it's a self-updating one. But yeah, hopefully, if we are able, we'll definitely implement that. But no promises.
So I would assume that it's going to be like the manual process will be going into the contract on Etherscan, and then like reading. There's got to be some kind of property, has it been claimed or whatever. What I can do is I can include the instructions for that in the video that I create, but I will just need what variable we have to read, because then people can manually check until it's updated on the website.
Yeah. I mean, there are many ways to do it. You can just go to the person's Opensea and check their activities to see if, that's one way. You could definitely copy their wallet, go to the contract, then paste it and see if that's a long way. Yeah. So there are definitely different ways to kind of look into it and see how it is. I mean, but yeah, right now I think it's just manual. Maybe in the future we'll implement a more automated way where you can just, put the token number and see if it's still there.
Yeah, it should be, I don't know who's doing your Web3 integration stuff, but it should be relatively easy to just read the contract, because the contract has to be able to verify whether or not it's claimed, right? So you're just putting it in a visual way for people to see it instead of having to go to Etherscan. So I know the fluff world did that for the burrows, because people were minting burrows and then selling their fluffs for dirt cheap to try to take advantage of people. So that's going to happen to some people, I assume. But I'll make sure I say something in the video. But thank you for.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Maybe before then we'll have something out. I don't know. Yeah, it's just been a crazy day already. So.
Yeah, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, bro. I really appreciate you being with us and spending some time with us. I know today's probably going to be hectic for you, but I definitely want to show the project some love and just talk with you and let people know that, you've still been working like a madman in the lab and things are coming.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We're still in that Afrodroid lab killing ourselves. Sorry, peeps, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, absolutely. I was agreeing with Albert and just wanted to tell you that it was a pleasure and honor having you on today, speaking with you, seeing your bright face, and just feeling the energy, bro. So keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing hard. Greatness awaits you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. And, you guys believe in me. I don't know why, but yeah, thank you so much. But I really appreciate this and the opportunity. And, hopefully soon enough we get to do this again, maybe in person in Puerto Rico soon.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
So I want to say something real quick, because I know maybe you're joking about you don't know why, but I see things, right? And I know Pips is very intuitive too. I don't feel this way about every single artist I come across, but I definitely believe that you're going to build something incredible for your country, for your continent. Like African projects have not been given the same kind of exposure. And I think, I don't know of another name. There's a couple of other people that I know of, but I don't know anyone else doing it as big as you are doing it or will do it over your lifespan. And so like, I see what's possible with what you're doing. Like I tell people like, he's going to build the next Pixar. Like that's the kind of, what I'm saying? We look at your work on your personal page, bro. Dude, it's like Afrodroids is dope. The drones is dope. But then you look at your personal work, you're like, whoa. So I think people don't really know also the breadth, the scale, the whole width of your work. Like they just seen the Afrodroids or the drones, and then they're like, oh, that's what he does. But they haven't looked at Owo's personal page and know what kind of, more traditional looking art that you actually do.
And, thank you. I try, man. I try. I try as much as possible. I try. I mean, instead of complaining, what can we do? We just have to put in the work and, you know, hope that someday something changes. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah. So the magic comes from the work. I'm a firm believer in that luck is equity of sweat. So, you know, if you put in the work and you stay genuine in your intentions, magical things are destined to happen. It's inevitable.
for sure, for sure.
It's
Thank you, man.
always waxing poetic, man. That's true.
Man. Steve's
That's
Steve's the
true.
man. You know, I just go to his page and I watch his videos. He doesn't know that, but I just go to his page, I watch his video. I love the positivity, man. Like, I just go and I watch his statuses. My man peeps. Man, it's just full of energy. Like, it's just
I
full of
appreciate that,
positive
bro. I
energy.
appreciate that.
That's what we need more in this space, man. Like, there's so many negative energy, and you know, rather focus on the positive one, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is the way. This is the way.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, but you're really tall too, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Not as much as Peeps.
I don't know. I seen a picture of you and I was like, yo, he's giant.
It's I'm about 6'1", so it's not,
Okay.
not a lot.
That's tall, but not like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
not huge.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the camera. Maybe it's the camera or something. I'm not that tall.
If I put my hair out like way out like this, I can be 6'2".
You should actually.
I'll make my hair tall, so I'm 6 foot with my hair, yo.
You should actually. It is tied up a little bit. Yeah. That would be insane. All right, guys, have a good one. Let me
All
get
right,
back
you
to
too, man. Thank you,
too,
bro.
bro. Have a great day.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So like I said, I wanted to come on here and finish off this video. So I'm going to show you how you can spot if somebody's already claimed their drone, because it's already happened to one of my friends that I just told about the drones. So you're going to go to the drone collection on Opensea, and you can just click on any one of these, right? And you go to details. You're going to see the contract address, right? You're going to make sure that obviously it shouldn't say centralized. This is the real contract address, and you should have that from a verifiable source. But anyway, you're going to click on that, which I've already clicked on that over here, right? It's going to take you to the contract page, right? And you're going to go to contract here, and you're going to available number of claims. So we're going to read from the contract. So this, again, what I'm doing is I'm letting people check if somebody's already claimed their drones on that Afrodroid that you're trying to buy. So it's already happened. And so available claims here, you're going to put in the owner's address here and hit query, which is just like check. That's what it means. And it'll tell you if this address has any claims. And so what do I mean by that? So this dude, I'm going to blast him because he just did this to somebody. Dulongji, right? We're going to copy his address. He had an Afrodroid for sale, but he already just claimed a drone. And so my friend who bought his Afrodroid could not claim the drone because it belonged to this one. So how would we check that? Before you buy the Afrodroid, go to that person's account, copy their wallet address, and put that in here, right? Query. It says available claims 0, right? If this person had an Afrodroid, obviously, and you saw the Afro drone, right? If you saw this in the wallet and you knew what that was, then you would know that dude claimed one. But let's say it has a big wallet and he has a lot of them. If he has 10 Afrodroids, he should have 10 available claims. If he has 0, that means he minted all his drones, and he could have minted all his drones and sent them out of the wallet, so you wouldn't even see what was there, right? So that's an easy way to spot it. The other way to spot it is manually, like go into that person's account and looking for the Afro drones if they're in there, right? So those are the two methods. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Then the other thing I wanted to go over was, I told you in the beginning of this video that I'm going to give you some projects that I'm looking into. So this video became really long. It's like approaching 40 minutes and I want to try to wrap it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a post on my newsletter that if you subscribe to the newsletter, then you will get to see it. It's not going to be free content. So it's going to be free for you if you do this, right? But for other people, it's not going to be free. So you would go to subscribe. The website is the NFT Insight, and you're going to subscribe either to the monthly or pay the yearly, or for you, you're going to get it for free, right? This one post, but other future posts may be only for the paid tiers. But I'm going to share with you some of the projects that I'm really looking at, some of the ones that I'm like, this is valuable information, in other words. So I don't share this with a lot of people. It's very, very small amounts of people who like know what I'm thinking and when it comes to these projects which we're watching. So it could work out for you. So anyway, I just wanted to show you how to get there. The NFTinsight.com, free for you right now, temporarily for this piece of content. Click continue and be on the lookout for that post in the next like week or so. So yeah, anyway, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and then the subscriber numbers continue to grow. I'm finally settled, so I'm going to try to create a lot more content. I'm working on some other projects that will include video content. I'm not sure if I really need to talk about that here. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, you'll find it somewhere else, but we'll see. But anyway, thank you. Have a fantastic day.